Liverpool versus everybody. What's going on, good people? As I always say, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I made a video earlier saying that I would be coming back to discuss, opening up with discussing the Mo Salah chant, and then, as usual, going on to other topics as we usually do. This is Off the Dome. If you've been here, you know we do this live broadcast, live chat, me and GBCTV together. I should say GBCTV and myself. Um, and he will be joining us here shortly. But I want to get things started because it's fresh in my mind. And again, I'm curious to know what other people think of this subject. So, as I said before, I wanted to encourage you to go and check out the chant if you haven't. And some of you probably have, and those who have, hopefully you have an opinion about it, or you've had some chance to look into it a little bit more in depth. So before we start anything in the discussion, I want to go on into the chant word for word, verbatim, and then we can kind of unpack that and break that down. So it goes: if he's good enough for you, he's good enough for me. If he scores another few, then I'll be Muslim too. Now let's just break down that first part. So if he's good enough for you, he's good enough for me. First of all, my opinion towards that is Mo Salah is clearly doing bits. He's clearly good enough, and that's putting it light. He's not only just good enough. He's fantastic. He's great. There's no such thing as good enough. He's fantastic. He's doing his thing. I'd be amazed to see if he wasn't doing his thing, what these people will be saying. And that's where it comes to. The fact that he's doing bits like this is the only reason why they must feel the need or want to make a song like this and then try to push forward that is something that's helping to fight against Islamophobia somehow, and that is somehow positive or funny or a joke or what have you. I disagree with all of those. It is a joke, but not in a way that it's funny. It's a joke that someone would have the idea that this somehow is a positive thing. It goes on to say, if he scores another few, then I'll be Muslim too. So in other words, it's still not good enough. And they started by saying if he's good enough for you, he's good enough for me. I'm not sure who the you is that they're talking about. At the end of the day, it's got to be a few more, and then maybe we can consider like maybe trying to relate to him or whatever. And all of a sudden, being Muslim is something to poke fun at, and that's to me what people are doing right now. It's a joke. They are trolling. They are poking at this idea of being a Muslim as a non-serious thing, as just something that, oh, he's a Muslim. Hi, it's funny. That's how I'm taking it. So it also goes on to say the same thing. If he's good enough for you, he's good enough for me. It's sitting in the mosque. That's where I want to be. Doing what in the mosque? As if being in the mosque the only activity that's done is sitting. What would you do? Half of these people who are making this chant and spinning this as a joke are people who, in another conversation on another day, would be saying Muslims are terrorists. They will be making racist remarks about it. All this. So all of a sudden now, it's something that's cute and it's friendly, and again, it's somehow pushed as this positive thing. And that it's not a bad thing towards Muslims. It's not a racist thing. It's nothing negative. It's only good. Mame, what's up, man? He said, "What's up, guys?" Ali, do you think we contacted R? I'm not sure what you mean by that. So look, those are my feelings about it. I think it's really sad also, and thank you for everybody who left comments in the prior video leading up to this one. I tried to keep my opinions to myself because I wanted to wait till we got to this discussion and then maybe have people join in on that. There was one fellow who claims to be Muslim and says that, being Muslim himself and other friends, I guess, family members who are Muslim who've heard this chant, think it's funny. There's nothing a big deal about it. He also wanted to say if it was insulting, then I would have a problem with it. I think it's funny that anybody in general, but I think it's funny and I think he also said he feels like as most people who aren't Muslim have a problem with it, as if to say you have to be Muslim. Somehow you have to be Muslim in order to understand it, or you shouldn't be complaining unless you're Muslim. Let me read this comment. Mame said, totally agree with you. Very inappropriate. As a Muslim, I was shocked when I heard that song. So there it is. You know, and my point is, there's been so many Muslims, supposed Muslims, coming out saying, almost speaking on behalf of all Muslims, you know, saying like, it doesn't bother me. Why does it bother you? That's just like saying I have to be gay in order to be bothered by a gay man or woman being beat to death simply because he's gay. You know, I don't need to live that life or you know, be homosexual in order to understand that that's just not right. You know what I mean? He also went in to say that Mo Salah retweeted it and put emojis. Now, please, if somebody finds that, please send me the link. I didn't see any retweet by Salah. I did see some emojis, and for me, the emojis I saw were that kind of like side face and then a smile. Listen, Mo Salah is a very peaceful man. He's very calm. You don't really see too much from him. On the pitch, you see a lot of fire, in my opinion. But off the pitch, he's not the kind of guy that I think is going to come out and say that, because at the end of the day, as unfortunate as it may be for some people, he won't really, I don't think he would really speak his mind truthfully about it. But then again, let's say he is smiling about it. Again, to me, Mo Salah thinking it's an okay thing does not mean that I have to think it's an okay thing. It doesn't mean that the next man has to think it's an okay thing. So I don't have to be Muslim for it, you know, to be able to say how I feel about it. And to me, it is a shameful chant. First of all, religion should never even be in football. Now, you got guys who pray before games, they kneel, kiss the ground, they do part of maybe what their ritual is when they're praying to their God, in this case, Allah. So that's fine and well. That's part of who you are. I totally, that's great. But to make a chant incorporating it, and again, in my mind, poking fun at it, there's no place in the game for that. You got people like Redman TV pushing that shit on Twitter. You got all these people retweeting as if it's something that, you know, should be celebrated. And it's a joke to me. Let me read some of these comments. Michael says, "What's up? What we got on today's show?" Adam says, "Do you feel it's coming from a place of hate? What's going on?" Good question, Adam, and thank you earlier. You were one of the people who said a few things in the comment section on the last video. I'm not sure if it comes from a place of hate or not. I can't really say that. I will say, I think it's just my opinion, half of those people pushing that agenda of it being positive or singing that song are half of them, a good number of them, I would imagine, are the same people who at the same time would ridicule a Muslim person for whatever reason. So you know, I mean, all of a sudden you have a Muslim player on your team. Also, we have Mane, who's actually Muslim as well, and I believe Emre Can is. I don't know for sure. I know Mane definitely is. There's no song for him with that. So it's like you get a Muslim player and another Muslim player in, and now you want to sing a chant that adds in their religion and calling that a positive thing. You know, oh, we're putting away Islamophobia. See, no, I don't agree with that. And again, all the devout Muslims who collaborate in this foolishness and push this idea of it being a positive thing, to me, it's a shame. You know, to each his own, or to each his own or her own. I just think this is a joke. There's no other way to look at it, in my opinion. The facts are the facts. I mean, the whole, I broke the song down to you. Anyone who knows English, if you don't, you can go to Google Translate. If you know the English language, written, read it, whatever, you can break this down and see what the issues are. So again, I don't know where it came from. I mean, I don't know. It's not like, it's hard for me to really say if it's coming from a place of hate or not. I think that the lyrics are inappropriate. I think they are offensive. I believe they are offensive. And I'll leave it at that. I mean, coming from hate, I don't know, but that doesn't make it right just because it's not coming from hate. You know, if people took the time to actually look at it and realize how it's not a joke what they're saying, and even if you are having a joke with it, that's nothing to joke about. It's not. And people will say, "Oh, what about they said something about church?" First of all, any on this sphere, Islam is. And I think we all can agree with that. So don't give me the whole church thing. And if that would be, you know, would that be negative if he says it? But he didn't. That's the point. They didn't say anything about church. They're talking about a mosque and a Muslim man and making it seem like equating him scoring goals to someone all of a sudden becoming Muslim and saying you want to be in a mosque sitting down or whatever. You know, it's, to me, it's just ridiculous. So let me try to see if I can get GBCTV on here. I thought I sent him the request, but let me try it again. Bear with me 1 second. Let me get to your comments shortly as well. Okay, that should do the trick. Let me see. You get some of these comments. Mommy says, I don't think it's hate or something, just disrespect. Yeah, and to me, those are very, very close in proximity as far as meaning in this case. So Mommy says, yeah, Can is Muslim too. That's what I thought. Um, Adam says, I respect your feelings, brother. I appreciate that. Soybeans, I think the people claiming that they are okay with it and they are Muslim aren't necessarily true. Yeah, that could be actually accurate as well. I hadn't thought about that. Mainly because I try to see people on an even way. I do a lot of times. A lot of times I'm proved wrong, and I would hate to believe that someone who is saying that they're Muslim and they don't find it offensive aren't just saying that. You know, I would hope that they are Muslim, and that's just their opinion. An opinion that to me is shameful, but it's an opinion at the end of the day. So you know, again, it's all the way around disrespectful, inappropriate, unnecessary. He has 3 or 4 songs already. Why would anybody in their mind think, oh, let's make another one and let's add in the religion thing to it? Let's add in the, you know, how he's going to turn me Muslim. You see this all over Twitter everywhere. I'm gonna start reciting things that have to do with Muslim or something from the Quran, every time you score. What? Why? I don't understand that. It makes no sense to me. Adam says disrespect is a perfect word. Michael, how can I find the song? I have not heard it. Yeah, just Google. I mean, it's easy, man. Go to YouTube and put in Mo Salah chant. Mo Salah chant. Yeah, I mean it's right there. So it's not hard to find. It's not hard to find. If you're on Twitter, it's probably all over there. Yeah, you can Google it. You can go to YouTube. It's everywhere. Much like that song that the guy came out with, the whole Salah. Oh, man. It's there. I mean, it's out there for you to find. I thought that was ridiculous as well on a different level, but it's there. It's there. For some reason, I can't get my man Greg on. I don't know why it's doing this. So bear with me 1 second. Bear with me 1 second. Get to you guys' comments in 1 second here. It's having some technical difficulties. Obviously, this was happening last time we went on, and this, computers may have a mind of their own. So I'm gonna try to give that another try shortly here. Mane too good. Yes, he is. He said, hey man, it was me who wrote that comment. I wasn't saying people shouldn't have a problem, as I don't have a problem with it. I was just saying I took it more lightheartedly, and I think Salah did too. Again, and I respect your opinion, but to me, it's not really about how Mo Salah took it. It's not, because my feelings about it never were about, oh, I'm worried about Mo Salah feeling bad about it. And I even said whether he does or not, and I doubt he would come out and say something like that. You got to pick your battles. You know what I mean? He doesn't want to upset the fan base. You know what I mean? A guy like me, I'm coming out and telling you how I feel. Now, I'm not saying that he's lying about how he feels, but I am saying that I just don't see that in Salah to come out and say, even if he did have a problem with it, I just don't see him coming out to say that. So, I mean, that's cool. I respect your opinion. I told you that when we were going back and forth, man. I respect your opinion. I don't agree with it. And honestly, in all due respect, I find it shameful that any Muslim could see that as a joke. Now, I know everybody has different opinions, and just because I think it's one way doesn't mean that you have to. But I guess coming from, here we go. I don't agree with it. Here we go. We got. There we go. I don't know what happened, man. It wouldn't let me send it, but I guess you got it. So all good. Everybody, Greg, if you've been watching this, you don't need that much of an introduction if you've been seeing him. But people who don't, all the new subscribers, this is Greg from GBCTV. Welcome him, please. What's up, Greg? So, Greg, we haven't really spoke in too much depth. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We haven't really spoken in depth about this. So I'm curious about your honest opinion about the chant. Well, number one, have you heard the chant? That's number one.
Yo, I was watching your stuff while I was getting settled. I didn't really thought nothing of it, but then how you hitting the points of it's offensive to the other people, but I don't know, man.
So before this, you hadn't heard it. Is that what you're saying? Or you did hear it, but you didn't think anything was wrong with it?
like I heard it, I was like, oh, okay, another Mo Salah song. That was like before. Remember when you when we were talking today, you texted me like you heard the Mo Salah. You called me, you said you heard the Mo Salah song. I was like, nah. Then when I went and typed it in YouTube, I heard it
Oh,
before,
right,
but
okay.
I just bypassed it. You know, I never thought nothing of it.
Okay. You
What
know,
you
again,
think about it?
I'm not I'm not here to make some kind of agenda necessarily, or say that my opinions about it are supreme. I am, however, saying that it's the English language. If you can read the English language, if you understand the sensitivity around that, around this guy's religion, and then the songs and the lyrics and how they're broken down, just break it, just unpack it, word for word, and what the real meaning coming from him. And this is not even an opinion; it's just facts. Like read the words, how they're constructed, and then you sit back and tell me what you think about it. Now, a lot of people think, oh, it's just a chant. There's no meaning to it. If there's no
Let
meaning
me
to it,
ask you a
why?
question.
Go ahead.
What are your true feelings about the song? In 15 seconds.
Yeah, well, like I said, my true feelings about the song is that I
15
find it
seconds.
offensive. I don't know how long it's going to take, bro, but I find it offensive. I think it's unnecessary, and I think it's borderline racist. I say racist because no Muslim. I mean, if there's any white Muslims in this world, it's a very, very small percentage. It's small enough to not even really be recognized, to be honest. And so it comes to a point where, to me, that they're poking fun at a man's religion and making it seem like him scoring goals and them all of a sudden becoming Muslim. It's just that easy to become Muslim. Or that to me, I just feel like, number one, the religion shouldn't even be in the game, and a chant or anything like that. And there's enough chants out for him now that you did not have to make another one, number one, and definitely not one that discusses a mosque and him being Muslim and equating that to you as a fan, and because you like that he's scoring goals, then you'll become Muslim somehow. It's ridiculous to me, and
You Muslim
that's my
black?
feelings about it, huh? I ain't hear
You
you.
Muslim?
No, I'm not Muslim. I'm
Oh,
not
okay,
Muslim.
okay. Oh, so you basically
But
state
like
your opinion from an unbiased place.
yeah, and again, I think a lot of people feel like, and I said this before you came on, a lot of people feel like, and I'm not talking to you, brother, the guy who I was speaking to earlier, Mane Too Good. I think a lot of people feel like, if you're not Muslim, then you shouldn't have a feeling about it. And if it's not bothering Mo Salah, then why is it bothering you? Which is another topic that's just ridiculous to me, and I equate it to, the whole song, when they say about if it's good enough for you, good enough for me. To me, that's like, you going out on Valentine's Day with your lady or your man or whatever it is, and it's a restaurant that you don't really like, but you know what, babe? It's like, babe, look, if it's good enough for you, it's good enough for me. Let's do it. So it's almost just like you don't really like it, but it's like, okay, I mean, it's good enough, so let's just do it. I know you don't like. I mean, I don't really like, Jerry subs and pizza, but I know you love the meatballs, baby. So let's go. It's one of them things like, if it's good enough for you, it's good enough for me. Like, if you like it,
Did Mo
okay.
say anything
So
about it?
again, huh?
Did Mo
Yeah.
Salah voice
Yeah.
his
So,
opinion about it?
well, he retweeted it and put some laughing emojis. I haven't seen that yet. Now, I'm not saying you're lying, but I haven't seen that. I went
What
to
if
go
he?
check that out.
What if he?
I saw some emojis that. Go ahead.
What if
You
you
were
see
saying
the?
something?
What if you see the tweet later?
So, like I was saying, I saw a tweet that he had responded to it. I didn't see a retweet, but I saw a response and I saw some emojis. The emojis I saw were like the side face and then a laughing, crying emoji. And as far as I'm concerned, this is not me searching or fishing for something. As far as I'm concerned, most people that
It's
know
how
me
you
and
feel,
we
man.
communicate. Most people that know how I communicate, I get lost with emojis. Sometimes they're hard to really read for me. And to me, a laughing, crying is not always, ah ha ha, I think that's funny. Sometimes it's laughing like, this is a joke. Like, what is motherfuckers even thinking? So even if I did go back and see he retweeted it and laughed, again, that was never my point. I don't really care how Mo Salah took it. It's about how I feel, and I know others feel. If Mo Salah thinks it's okay, which I highly doubt, but and like I said before, he probably would never come out and say the honest truth anyway, in my opinion. But if he thinks it's okay, that's on him. But to me, it's not about what he thinks. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. People get lost with thinking, oh, Mo Salah thinks it's cool. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, why does that matter? Why does that matter that Mo Salah thinks it's cool? That's cool for him. But I never my thing was never about, oh, I'm so mad, man, because I think Mo Salah's gonna be upset. Anyway, let me read some of these comments, then we can go forward about football, man. Mike said, just found it. It's disgraceful. I thought our fans were loyal to our players. This could affect Salah's happiness at the club and cause him to leave or want to. Let's hope not. Let's hope not. I don't even know if it would be that serious. Again, because everybody's saying that Salah is cool with it. So I'm going to take that lead and say, you know what, if he's cool with it, then, I guess it's cool. You know what I mean? I mean, for him. Dominic says, I understand you, man. You need to introduce religions. I mean, it's football, man. It's just a piss take out of Muslims. Mike says, I was wondering if I could do.
There's a place for religion in football, you know.
That's an interesting opinion. I don't agree. But what do you mean by that? A place like, what do you mean?
There's a place for it. Like, it's welcome.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not welcome. What I'm saying is, and earlier I was saying, like Salah, Mane, they pray before, after goals, before the games, whatever. Definitely, that's part of who you are. Do it. My point is, when it comes to a chant, this is the first chant I feel like I've ever heard that it had to bring somebody's religion in. And for me, there's no place for that. Now, when you say there's a place for religion in football, I'm not really sure what exactly you mean. If you give me an example, then I can kind of follow you. But to say there's a place for it, I don't.
The fans, like, I'm not talking about just the Mo Salah, like, part. It's just like the fans could bring it into like football because the players coming in, substitution, they, doing the mother, the father, the spirit and the son, praying, get on their knees after celebrations, this, that, and the third. So that just give the fans a free like a ride to mention religion because, I'm sure in some celebrations, Salah might as well look like he's praying too. I'm not saying recently, you'll find it somewhere.
Yeah, he does pray, but I mean, and that's his own given right. Again, I mean, Mane is Muslim. He was here before Salah. I guess because Salah's having such a great season, they think, oh, let's break this out now. You know what I mean? Like to me,
this just it. I told you that. And I said that on the live. This is just that they ride in the Salah juice. Salah is like, Mane is like, he's African, he's probably Muslim, but his country is not. If you think about Mane country, you're not gonna automatically think Muslim. You think, about Salah country, Egypt, automatically, Muslim come to mind. Not trying to, like, not saying anything racist or anything like that. It's like automatically you think Egypt, you think that's, there's a majority of like Muslim people. So it's like, I don't know. You could take it two ways. I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, I mean, let's
in the Premier League.
Yeah, let's move on. That's a topic that I think people can debate amongst themselves far after this. It'd be interesting to see if anything does come out, if the cop continue chanting this, will they feel like there's enough kind of outcry, if you will, about it, or will they just feel like, hey, look, we don't mean any harm, we're gonna keep singing it. So stay tuned to that. We'll see what happens. But let's move on to football. Let me read a couple comments over real quick. Mike says, I was wondering if there was anything I could do to help with the channel, like social media or something like that. Anything like that is appreciated. As well as GBCTV. If you feel compelled to get on social media and promote us, that's fine. I would never ask that of you. But if you'd like to, that would be great. Adam said, as a white, non-religious man, I'm starting to feel like the minority. We used to call foul with God. So anyway, let's move on. So so recently Chelsea beat, I guess, West Brom in the FA Cup or something like that.
Hey, but that's not even the news. West Brom players stealing cars in Spain and shit.
Well, let's okay. So I was gonna segue into that, but
I ain't even gonna lie. I didn't watch no FA Cup game, so I can't even dwell on it.
I didn't either. I didn't either. But that's, I don't need to watch to hear the news. But okay, let's talk about that. So West Brom is having a really interesting, for lack of a better term, kind of last week or two. You know what I mean? First of all, they got Alan Pardew as their manager, who's a complete wasteman. I don't even know how he keeps getting the job, but that's neither here nor there. West Brom, they got Jay Rodriguez, who was convicted of using some kind of racial slur or something towards Bong from Brighton. So now he's hiring a lip reader to help him out with that. And then we got the players who were still in was it in Spain? Where was it at? Where did this happen?
Yeah, Spain.
So they were in Spain and they tried to take a cab for a joyride or something foolish like that. Heard it was Gareth Barry. Oh man, I can't think of the other guy's name. Who?
Gareth Barry, veteran.
Yeah, the veteran at mischief. Like I don't know what the hell is wrong with his ass. But so West Brom is just tripping right now. They're probably gonna get relegated, in my opinion. I brought up Chelsea because, listen, I think it's very clear. We played West Brom twice this season, once in the league, once in the cup.
They played West Brom today?
I'm sorry?
Chelsea played today, right? They played West Brom?
I don't know if it was today or not. I wasn't sure. But what I was saying was, we haven't beat West Brom this season. I get it. You know what I mean? And that pisses me off because to me, they're on the same level as our team. Drawing to them and then losing 3-2 to them, that bothers. At the same token, you see Chelsea fan TV or 100%. I think it was a day or two. I don't remember, but they played them recently. They beat them 3-0. They're celebrating. These are defending English champs, the current English champs. They are celebrating this game as if it's a Champions League final. I mean, you should see the fans on this channel, man.
They have to.
And they don't have to. They don't have to do that, man. This is West Brom against Chelsea.
Okay, but you guys lost against him, so you can't say that. It's a tough.
I can't say that. I just said it. I can't say that because I made that point. I said I know we lost to them. At the same time, if we beat West Brom,
right.
Let me finish. If we beat West Brom, I'm talking for myself. If we beat West Brom, and I highly doubt any other Liverpool fans, but I could be wrong. You're not on a channel or you're not celebrating in that fashion. This is my point. Every game you're happy, but certain games it's like act like you've done it before. And we didn't just come up winning the championship either. If we were the defending champions of last year, to me it would be shameful to be coming on the channel or any social media or anything and hooting and hollering because you beat West Brom, a relegation side. That's my point. I'm not saying we beat. I know we didn't beat them, but I'm also saying that I wouldn't be out here celebrating as if we just won some kind of title. That's my only point. Let me read some of these comments real quick. Dominic said, heard that the night before the West Brom players stole the cars, Alan Pardew's phone and wallet were stolen. Possibly the players. Is that a joke or is that serious? That's crazy. Adam said, all out on the piss. It's half their team. Yeah. Dominic says, Johnny Evans, Gareth Barry. Yeah. I forgot the other name. It was one other guy. I forget his name. But Mike said, why would someone dislike the video? I don't understand what he is doing. I guess you're still talking about the Salah thing. Or I'm not really sure what you're talking about. Dominic says, Chelsea played Hull. Was it Hull? I thought it was West Brom. Okay. Maybe not. Maybe it was Hull. Michael said, played Hull 4-0. Played them on Monday Night Football. I hate Chelsea, but it's their first win in like 5 games. I thought it was West Brom, so my bad. Yeah, it's their first win in 5 games. So I know they're kind of struggling right now, and I guess any kind of victory would uplift them. So that's cool. But yeah, West Brom is just this to the side. They've had a very crazy couple of weeks with some very shocking news to a degree coming out. So it doesn't help when a team like that is that low at the table. They're kind of struggling to do things, and you don't need any type of negativity like that to come out. But what else is going on in football world, man, that you know
of? What, anything?
Yeah.
Brazil named 15 players in their World Cup squad, and Alisson is in there, and Ederson is not in there yet.
Wait, say that again?
Brazil, the Brazilian coach, he named 15 players that he will be taking to the World Cup as part of the 23-man squad. Like, he named 15 list player that he knows that's for sure. You know what I mean? That's going to be there. Alisson made it into the 15, and Ederson didn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't really look too much into that. I mean, I'm not even sure why he would announce the 23 and then not list the whole 23.
Who you think going to start?
Honestly, I've seen more of the city keeper than Alisson. So I mean, I know Alisson has a reputation and all that. He's supposed to be good, but it all really depends on the style they want to play. If the manager wants more of a sweeper keeper, then of course you go with the city keeper. If you want maybe more tradition, and again, I don't know if Allison is a sweeper keeper.
Allison is probably the same level as that guy, as the city keeper. You know what I mean, with his feet also, bro.
Right. Levels aside, though, I'm saying is he a sweeper keeper though necessarily, or I mean, is that in his game? Is that part of his game?
Yeah, he's an all around keeper.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Again,
he got reflexes like the game, man.
So he's been starting anyway, right? Over the city. What's the city keeper now? I keep saying city. I forget his name.
Edison.
Edison. So he's been starting over Edison anyway, right?
Not lately.
So Edison's been starting over him?
No, it'd be rotating, you know. And I think like last year, Edison wasn't even Edison in Brazil. It's like they probably won't even start none of them, and you probably see a keeper that nobody knows about. I remember they be coming to a game. Nobody knew who Dida was. Dida made a name. Remember Dida?
Yeah. Real quick, let me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, real quick, let me go back just to the Salah thing for the last time. Mane to God, I think you said I guess that's a link to the Twitter, and then he said, "I wasn't lying. Here is the thread of Salah's reaction." I never said you were lying. I never hinted at that. That wasn't my point. In fact, what I said was, whether he said that or not, to me, I still have my feelings about it. I never thought that you would lie about that. If you say he retweeted it, then he retweeted it. Again, that means nothing to me. Okay, so let's move on past that for once and for all and get back on the football. Let's see. So Dom said West Brom is on Monday, or was on Monday, and Hull City tonight. Okay, I think I got it now. Dominic says Liverpool told Allison representatives we're finished with him. Yeah, and that's the second player that we allegedly were in for, and now we pulled out.
You guys can afford him.
And now we pulled out. So, but I said that the other day. I was like, I can't see us going for no 55, 65. I don't see that. Nor do I see them letting him go for that. So,
but that would be a keeper for like 10 years, man. Top level.
Yeah, I get that. I get that, but I'm not surprised that they pulled out of Lamar or Allison. And honestly, again, there are more players out there on both of those players' levels that. I don't think anybody needs to feel like, oh man, we missed the boat on that.
Who's
so
on
we'll see. Level? I'm not. Allison.
Who you think is on Allison level besides David?
Let me not say level. Let me just say there are other good keepers out there. Oblak, I think Donnarumma to name a couple. Lamar, there's a plethora of players.
Donnarumma is not there yet, man. He's not there yet. That's why they didn't come get him. He's not there yet.
Again, I'm not talking about levels. I'm saying he's a good keeper and he's young, and you can keep him there longer than you can keep Allison. Maybe not much longer, but
he's not ready for the Premier League, like for a top 4 squad yet. He's not ready.
What makes you think that?
Because he has to be a proven winner. He haven't got that winning mentality in him.
And Allison is a proven winner.
Who, Allison? Roma win more games. Roma win more games.
So
but we're talking about winners. So for the past 2 years, you could say, for the past 3-4 years, Roma been way better and in more big competition than AC Milan.
Right. So, yes. Is Roma's team? Hold up. Is Roma's team collectively better than where Donnarumma is?
Yes.
Okay, so if you put Donnarumma on a winning team, so to speak, then naturally
I'm talking about the Premier League. He will get exposed.
Okay. All right. Again, Donnarumma, what I've seen of him, I've liked. I've never watched the whole season of him, but the games I have seen, I've liked. I think he has a promising future. You might be right, though. Maybe he's not ready. Maybe Allison isn't ready. We never really know until it happens, right? I mean, even though players do well where they are, the Premier League is such to me, a level above all leagues. So until they actually come to the Premier League and prove, then you can't really say much. It's like, back to Salah for a second. It's like even our own fans, before he came, they were like, wait, why are we spending his money on Salah? Who is he? Is it Chelsea reject? He's what the lady say in the interview. She said he's like a broke down Cuadrado or like a lesser Cuadrado. Everybody's eating their words now, but even our own fans, I didn't want to admit it. When we were getting Salah, they were like, who? Why is what he played in Fiorentina and Roma? He can't be that good. Why would Roma get rid of him? So again, you never really know how guys are going to look until they come here. Adam said they want 75 as we won't pay it. Mike says John Barnes.
I guarantee you guys will. Let Yoris go into this end of the season. You know what I'm saying? And start, losing games and start going back to his old self. You guys will cough that 60 million, bro. You guys will cough. And especially after the World Cup, it will go to 65, 70.
I'm going to say this, man. I don't want to be prisoner of the moment like a lot of our fans are. And rightfully so if they are. I get it. Because that's who we are as fans. But I think Karius has already made an improvement in certain things. Now, he still has some shortcomings in games. Don't get it twisted. Some of his decision making is still bad to me. Some of his, as far as like whether he should punch a ball, grab a ball. I mean, he literally grabbed Van Dijk's head the other day. The ball was right here. He grabbed his head. So there's still some things that he's not doing that well. I'm being funny, but I'm just saying there's some things he's not doing well. But I think that these last 10, 11, whatever many games is really going to show us a lot, show himself a lot of things, and show Klopp something. And I think going into next season, he could prove to be at least a backup, at least our number 2. I still think we need to get a keeper. Go ahead.
You know how Karius is gonna be good enough. You guys never gonna know if Karius is the one until you guys sell Mignolet. Because when he's
you know what,
he's thinking about Mignolet.
Yeah, no, I know, and I think Mignolet not playing in Champions League here recently, to me, has the writing on the wall that Mignolet's not gonna be there much longer. I think Klopp has got the point finally, as long as it took to be like, you know what, this guy. I mean, Mignolet's been there long enough, man. And this guy Karius deserved a run in the team. He's getting that now. So now there's no excuse. He has it for the rest of the season. Champions League, Premier League, he has everything. So it's up to him. It's in his hands. You know what I mean? So again, it's his job to prove that at the least there'll be some competition in the summer. Now, maybe Klopp's thinking, I ain't gonna be no competition. I'm getting Alisson and that's it. That's fine. As the player, though, you have to relish that and not run away from it and just be like, okay, you know what? Bring a new keeper in. I'm going to battle it out and prove to it. So we'll see what happens. I mean, he was considered one of the best keepers, the best keeper in Germany for a reason, I think. You know what I mean? So, coming to Liverpool for certain players can really be a fucked up situation for them mentally because it's like, ooh, maybe at Mainz, I wasn't really, the competition was just different. Maybe there wasn't so much scrutiny. It's at Mainz. You're not going to really get that much scrutiny as you would in a team like Liverpool. That's just facts.
Didi said he don't want to play for Klopp.
That's what's up. Let me read some of these comments real quick. Let me see. Somebody's deleting their comment. Okay. Mo Salah will get even better, I'm sure. Yeah, Adam. The sky's the limit for him.
I can't wait till Salah hit a slump,
I know you can. Hopefully he'll do it at United game, right?
No. I want y'all to keep winning as long as you'll stay 3rd or 4th, Like, then I'll start hitting when y'all see, but I want you guys to keep winning, but I want Salah to hit a goal slump to see how the fans going to treat it. That's all.
That's a good point, and I'm looking forward to that too. That's a good-ass point. And, it's good that now Mane has got his mojo back or whatever because, again,
he the Champions League player of the week.
I saw that. And that well deserved, by the way. But I made a joke on Twitter earlier. I was saying, if the key to getting Mane going is somebody stepping on his big toe. If you remember in that game, there was a nasty tackle. Well, not that nasty, but in slow motion, it looked really bad. Somebody stepped on his toe, and pretty much right after that, he just started. He just got confident. Not got confident, but I mean, after that, it's almost like that put some fire in him. He's like, all right, you know what? Let me go ahead and just do my thing in this game. And the first goal, whether people want to call it fluke or scruffy or whatever, it really was something that opened up that gate for him, and he started to be a little more freer, So that was good to see from Mane. But you're right. I want to see if and when Salah hits this slump, how Liverpool fans are going to react to it. I really want to see that. Is it going to be the whole Mane treatment in a way, or is it like, oh, it's Salah, he's been so good, we can't really talk negative about him? You know what I mean? So we'll see. But Mike said, do you think Karius will get better? Klopp said he still has a lot of faith in him. Yeah, I think hopefully that's what any player you can only get. If you're not getting better, then what are you doing? You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, just for the idea that I would hope he's getting better. I would hope he's improving. I would hope in games like this can only give him confidence. Sure, he wasn't tried against Porto, really. But still, it's another clean sheet while he was keeper. So even if he's not really doing anything, slowly but surely, that defense in front of him is going to be like, you know what? This is the guy. Because that's the other thing. Klopp did so much damn flip-flopping that people were like, even with the defense, it's always somebody new in there. It's nothing really consistent, really. And I get it. You trying to keep guys fresh, but with all of this flip-flopping, you're really confusing everybody because people are like, okay, who's the keeper this week? Who's the center back this week? Who's the left back? So once you get that consistency with a defense, people don't really see how serious that is. Once you get consistency, then the whole defense for that reason could be better. But when you keep flip-flopping, it only could be a negative thing, in my opinion. Let's see. Dominic says, I can't see us going for a big keeper. If we go for one, I can see Jack Butland at the most. Not that I'm happy about that.
Tell him go.
No, that's a true statement, though. That's a true statement. I feel what he's saying. Like, because I'm not happy about that either. But this is Liverpool, man. Sometimes we go for certain people that you may not see what we're doing. Why are we going for him? Again, between Alisson and Butland should be a no-brainer. Of course, everybody would probably want Alisson. Will we go for him? I don't know. We might go on some cheap shit and be like, okay, Butland's 20 million, whatever it is. That's far cheaper than him. And then we might pay more attention to another position. Now, again, Karius is a big factor in this because if he shows and proves, of course he's going to make mistakes. It happens. But if his mistakes diminish over a period of time, you just never know. I'm saying this now, I don't know. You never know. He might end up being number one. It's all in his hands, though. Do I want another keeper? Yes. But if Karius can prove to be that number one, I mean, look, De Gea struggled a lot too. We all know that. A lot of keepers, nobody just comes in and just amazing. So maybe he can have kind of a De Gea story. De Gea is hard to even compare to him because De Gea is just probably one of the best, if not the best in the world. But everybody comes from somewhere. Let me let you get in here, man. I've been talking a lot.
Read some comments.
Michael says Donnarumma would be better than Karius. I agree. I think he has the potential to be. Again, I don't know. He could be. Karius end up being better than him. We just don't know, man. Mike Adams says I don't want Butland.
So
I trust Klopp's judgment, scouting, talent.
Would you guys rather kill Navas instead of Karius?
I think most people would say yes to that. I would say he's an older keeper. He's experienced though, and I think still has a lot in his locker left. I take him, not necessarily over Karius. I would just take him as one of our keepers. Because again, I'm giving Karius the benefit of the doubt. I'm giving him to the end of the season to prove himself. Mignolet's had enough time. It's about time to get him out. And I supported Mignolet for a long time. Huh?
Can me and the rest of the supporters that support Liverpool, as well as everybody else in the comment section, agree on one thing about your club?
Say that one more time.
Can me, you, and the people, you know what I mean, that subscribe and everybody else in the comment section agree on one thing about Liverpool?
What?
That you guys don't get superstars coming to your club. You guys get players that turn into superstars or have potential to be superstars or established players, but not superstars. I want to take a shot at.
So then, why does it matter? So then, why does it matter then? If they turn into superstars? So do you think Salah's a superstar right now?
Yeah.
For example.
But
so why does it matter that he wasn't a superstar before? Right. So why does it matter though if he was before or not?
That's the main reason you guys won't get Alisson. He's too established.
Okay. I mean, that's an interesting opinion. That's an interesting opinion. We got Keita. He's a superstar. So, look, this is my opinion on that. First of all, I don't agree with that.
Keita is a star.
Okay, that's your opinion. That's fine. Spurs. What superstars do they? And I know they haven't won anything. But just follow me on this. What superstar? Spurs are doing pretty good this year, and shocking people in the Champions League, doing well in the league. What superstars do they have compared to like Chelsea or you guys or City? Not many, right? I mean, they don't have. I mean, Harry Kane. Okay, who else is a superstar on their team?
But that's why Spurs are on the same level, like as Liverpool.
But I'm saying, you're saying that we can't. So your idea is that unless a team is getting superstars, then they can't win, right?
No, that's not my idea. That's not my idea.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying that superstars is not gonna go to Spurs. They're not gonna go to Liverpool. You know, doesn't necessarily mean that the players that you get won't turn into superstar or they don't got superstars. You know what I mean? Qualities, but a well-known star is not gonna go to Liverpool. Like if Lamar was on, was already Marshall age doing Marshall thing, he would not be linked with Liverpool.
Right, but what's your point though? I'm saying like, so you just making a blank, just a basic statement, like I'm saying that the facts that. Okay, that's fine, that's fair. Carl, what's up? He said I trust Klopp's. I said that already. Adam, how much is Mignolet worth? Use some of that money for Allison. Yeah, I think
10 million.
I think Mignolet's out. Honestly, I'm gonna be real. I think Mignolet's out. I think Lallana's out. I would hope Henderson is out.
How much you think Mignolet is worth?
I don't. That's a dead topic to me. I mean, maybe maybe 12 million. I don't know. Not a whole lot. I know that. Not a whole lot. I think he's a good backup if you want that. But it's a backup where you like, damn man, I really hope we don't have to use him. That's how I look at him.
He's a backup. Watford.
He can go to Sunderland. I think he played at Sunderland before. I mean, he's just not. He's not a number one for me, and he hasn't been for a long time. Michael Byrne, Carl, are you from Ireland? Okay. Mame, Salah form will drop, maybe not this season, but next one for sure. He'll be exhausted. Yeah, I mean, listen, he's not a god as much as we like to say he is. He's gonna drop off at some point, and that's okay. That's why you have other players around. Liverpool, can I ask one question and your opinion on it? It's not about football, and I'm not going to go too much detail on it. Whenever you're ready, Tony, go ahead and ask me the question. Mike, if you look back at the Ferguson United years, it was always the same 11 unless injury or suspension, and they won everything in each. And that's my thing. You know what I mean? Like, that's why all this stuff about like rotation is good, but these guys getting paid a lot of money. They should be ready to play as often as possible. All this stuff about guys getting fatigue and listen, I get it. I know people get tired, but this is the game you love. I mean, sometimes you got to just break through that. It was not only just United, with other teams down through history that had to play with a small squad, and they did it. But United is a great example because they did do that. All competitions, here and there, they might have tweaked some players in some positions, but guys were playing every single game. You know what I mean? And you're going to have some drop-off sometimes. You're not going to win every game. Not everybody can go invincible, but still.
People always talk about Ferguson, too, doing his thing. He bought some players for some money, too, that failed. You know, Anderson, Valencia just got rejuvenated into a right back. But remember, he wasn't all that as a right midfielder coming in to replace Ronaldo. You know, Nani.
Yeah. Hey, Dominic Wall said, I hate to say it, but 100% agree. We sell players in their prime, which needs to change.
Thank you, Dom.
What players do we sell in their prime? Just remind me.
Coutinho, Suarez.
Right? Again, two examples of players that their minds again, and this is where
they exceed Liverpool expectations. This got past Liverpool.
This is where I think everybody. I mean, people have different opinions, and that's fine. Both of their players were going to be gone, or they were going to be in their mind. They were gone anyway. And again, it goes back to winning. If we were winning, a lot of these players probably wouldn't want to leave. So we do need to start winning. But every team sells their best players at some point. It happens. What are we doing different from any other club that does the same thing? Arsenal just sold.
Real don't do that. You're talking about Arsenal. Arsenal been doing that. You guys, Arsenal, and PSG. Who else? Inter, even in their prime. AC Milan is like Juventus been the only club in Italy that could hold on to their players for a little bit. But if Barcelona or Real Madrid come calling, you know what I mean, it'll take longer than everybody else. But they've been able to hold. I
mean, it is what it is. I mean, I don't agree with the whole selling our best players. I just don't. I mean, I know a lot of people see it that way.
Look, Salah didn't even have a full season. He's already been linked to Real Madrid and whatnot.
What does link mean? Everybody's linked to everywhere all the time. That don't mean it's gonna happen.
That's not true.
What? So you're telling me that players aren't linked to teams but end up staying and end up being false? That never happens.
I guarantee you, Salah have another season. He's out of Liverpool. Salah will not spend his career, all his career at Liverpool.
You're not answering my question though. You're not answering my. You're not answering my. You made a statement, then I asked you on it, and you just gloss over. I'm asking you: are you saying that in football there are links that happen, and then it ends up being just dead? It doesn't even go through.
Yeah, but not Salah.
Okay, so Salah's the exception. I got you.
Not just Salah, just even big players. Like Salah is a superstar now. Superstars. I'm talking about superstars.
I got you. Let's see. Yeah, Adam said Kate is a superstar. I agree. Carl says Klopp turns them into superstars. Don't you worry. Right. Yeah, that's what GBCTV was saying. Van Dijk is a superstar center back. I agree with that as well. I know a lot of people don't.
Not.
Mike says
the season we'll know.
Okay. So who's better than him in the Premier League in your opinion? Give me your top. Let's just say top 3 center backs. The best center backs in the Premier League. No particular order. Just who you think.
Laporte.
Okay.
It's hard, man, in the Premier League, man. This shit. Bailey.
Okay.
That's Otamendi this year.
Okay. So clearly. Okay. So like you said, he's not really on your list. You think you think after this season, depending on how he plays, then maybe you can move him in that top.
If Company stayed healthy, I would have put Company ahead of him.
But again, he can't. And even if I don't know why people rate Company so much. I really don't. I don't see that.
I don't rate him just this season. You know how you said that? Oh, we fans, we live in the moment of now. So I'm trying to do it for this whole year, not the past, because he wasn't at Liverpool. You get what I'm saying? Just this year. We on this year.
For Van Dijk?
Yeah.
But how long has he been with Liverpool?
No, I'm saying just this year. He played this year.
He hasn't played that much. You're right. He has played. He hasn't played that much. But okay, fair enough. Right. And so, And so you're saying what Company has done this season, and the minimal amount of times that he's played with City, he's one of the best this season. Is that right? Am I hearing you right?
Yeah, but he's better than Van Dijk, who was measuring him against Van Dijk.
Okay, all right.
Look at this. Club don't give a damn about players, right? Company is just as old, almost. Well, the Yaya is way old. He's older by a couple more years. Look at how he kicked Yaya to the side. But Company, whenever he comes back from injury, right, he's a leader. I'm not saying Van Dijk is not a leader. He still got to grab the crown. It's there for taking, but he didn't do that yet. You know, he's learning.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. Let's see. Tony, this is an interesting question. He said, do you agree once a week is a long distance? Wait, do you agree once a week in a long distance relationship is enough to see each other to keep working? Oh, man. That really depends on the two people. You know, so it's hard to say no because I feel like there are people who could do that based on their mental stability and, you know, their self-love. Really, if you happy with yourself, then you can be happy with anybody. On the surface, I would say no. Knowing the kind of guy I am, I don't know. I couldn't be in a relationship with my wife if she was living long. I don't even know how long is the distance. It doesn't matter. I couldn't do that personally. Personally, I couldn't. But I can't really speak for you, bro. On the surface, I would say no. If you really care about her, which you obviously do, and she does, then together y'all got to be strong. Yeah, y'all got to be strong. I mean, we just had Valentine's Day. You got to keep that thing tight, man. Y'all got to keep strong. Keep working at it. You know, nothing's gonna be easy, man. It's a relationship. They always fucking fucked up. But yeah, you can make it last, bro. You can make it last. Dominic says Coutinho, Suarez, Torres, Michael Owen. Okay,
yeah, Torres.
Fine.
But he ended up being a bust.
We sell our play. We sell right. We sell our best players. That's cool. Carl, I think people forget Ferguson took 4 years to win a cup and 7 years to win the league. Klopp is going to figure it out. It's not that people forget. It's just that that's the stage of football. Everybody's so impatient, man. And when you see managers that come in, respect to them, Antonio Conte, winning champions off the bat.
You know why he said that, Black? Sorry to cut you off. Go ahead. He said that because everybody glorifying. I'm not saying the guy don't deserve praise. You see what I'm saying? Everybody saying, "Oh, under Alex Ferguson, he wasn't like this. He was better. Mourinho not doing a good job." The Mourinho first 2 years, he's done better than Sir Alex Ferguson in 2 years. You get my point, right? You catch my drift. I think that's what he was pointing at. Yeah, that's what he was pointing at.
No. He's pointing at the fact that people feel rushed that Klopp hasn't won anything. That's what he clearly just said that in his message.
Oh, Klopp.
He's talking about Klopp. Yeah, because he said people forget Ferguson took.
He disrespectful. Don't measure.
No.
I know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I mean, people have no patience in general. I mean, the idea that we got Klopp out banners in his second season, the idea that people are still comparing him to Brendan Rodgers, it's laughable to me. But it is what it is. This is the stage that we're in. The comparisons are going to be there. That's fine. Adam Robo even added more, saying Suarez, Coutinho, McNamara, Torres, Owen. Okay. To me, only one of those, maybe two of those guys were our best players. But that's my opinion.
Coutinho, Suarez.
No. I don't rate Coutinho. I think we all know that. Suarez and Torres. No, I never have. No, I think Coutinho? So for me to be world. I can't even think of my words now. To be world class, you need to have some sort of consistency. And in my opinion, Coutinho never had that. The most he had it was this last season, which was half of a season.
You don't think never rated Coutinho. Time you got help?
You said help?
Yeah, as far as like other people scoring a whole bunch of goals, you know what I mean? Don't you think this year was your best team like for like the last 5 years?
Well, maybe. My point. No, maybe. Yes, you're probably right. Yeah, this is probably the best team we've had, especially with Salah coming in, Van Dijk, all that. Yes. At the same time, if you're world class, you don't always necessarily. I'm talking about his individual play. I'm not even talking about the team. Because if you're an individual world class player, then that's just what it is. You know what I mean? You put Suarez on any team, he's going to be a beast. It don't matter who's around him. He's going to be good. Messi, anybody. You know what I mean? And these are high echelon players. Even somebody like who can I say? Like De Bruyne. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if he didn't have these players around him, I think he would still flourish and people would still see, you know what, this dude is world class. He's unlocking defenses, scoring goals. You know, certain guys just have that thing, and to me, Coutinho never had it. But that's me. I know a lot of people disagree with that, and that's fine. But I don't count him as our best. That's why people kept saying you sold your best player. I'm like, I don't see that as our best player. But you know, Dominic says yes, every club sells their best players, but we don't replace them with current superstars. Okay.
Not every club, man. There's some exceptions.
Well, of course. I think a lot of times we say every, and of course the definition of that is entire. But I think a lot of times when we say that, we did the majority is what we really mean. So I get what he's saying, but I agree with you too, GB. But if we start winning trophies, then we won't lose, and that's what it comes down to. You start winning trophies, that comes to an end, in my opinion. Now, we win the league next year, and maybe a cup. Surely Salah may. Surely.
You think you guys gonna win the Champions League? The Champions League.
Hypothetical. If we win the league, sure, Salah still could have his head turned. But if we're bringing in players, I'm not saying superstar players. To me, I don't think you need to have superstar players. If you're bringing in quality players that can fit under Klopp's what he likes to do, I think Salah will stay. But we'll see. You said 2 years and 2 more years to be gone, or 1 more year?
Who's 2 more?
Okay. Adam says we are open to negotiation. Every player has their price. Michael said when Coutinho joined us, he said he wanted to retire at the club and be a legend. I found that funny. Well, if anybody believed that, I find that funny.
You're a fool for that one.
Yeah, anybody who believed that, I find that funny. My man says Bailey is a beast. Or Bailly. Is his name Bailey or Bailly? I don't know, but we know what you're talking about.
However you want to pronounce it.
Michael says Van Dijk, Ake. I like Ake. Otamendi. How you can say Laporte has been there for a month? My point exactly, but okay. He's just rating him and go because he likes Laporte. He likes Laporte. That's fine.
Yo, he's a B. You guys gotta respect him.
Tony said head is wrecked. Adam says I have 4 kids. I wish I saw my wife once a week. Yeah. Mommy says I see my fiance 4 times a year. Damn, son, how you do?
Oh, Mommy, what's going on with you? Mommy,
nah, man. To each his own. To each his own. I mean, that is what it is, you know. Tony says it's hard because she's working and she called me desperate to see her. Like, wow, you know, me head is just no. I feel you, man. Just keep your head up, bro. It's tough. Nobody said it was gonna be easy. Again, if the love is there, you gotta really say, look, is it worth it? If you think it's worth it to go long distance with this, as simple as this. If you both see it's worth it, then both work towards it. You're human. If at some point you or she says, I can't do this any longer, then you just deal with that. But until that day, keep working on it if you think it can work. If you don't, it's simple as that. If you don't think it can work, then maybe you should pull back. Mike said, to be honest, look at the United team versus our team. Their team on paper is 8 out of 10. Ours is 6 out of 10 on paper. Jose has won again with the superstar thing. All them superstars, you know, never mind. Jose has won one proper competition that matters with that team, and I feel we have been more successful than. Yeah, okay, I can agree with that. Mommy says I agree with you on your Coutinho comment. Best way to keep players is win trophies and get more quality. Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, again, I don't really think it's necessary for a team to do well that is only based on, well, not only, but that you have to get superstar players. You know what I mean? There's been lots of examples of coaches doing well in their leagues, in the Champions League, without having necessarily superstar players. And also, like you said, a guy like Klopp, and I don't even want to say that, I wouldn't even call it him turning guys into superstars. I just think he has a way of coaching. He has a way of nurturing his players and having a certain atmosphere that gives players confidence. He's not the only coach that does it. But I'm saying it's clear that they vibe with him very well. You know, if you were to have a documentary on all the players with Klopp, surely there'll be certain people that say, you know what, I didn't really like him too much. I didn't like his tactics, whatever. I think for the majority, most people will say, you know what, I enjoy my football under Klopp. So it's not about him. Like, I don't think Pep is making Sterling a superstar. I think Pep believes in him, and he's giving him confidence. But you don't make a player, I don't think. You know, a lot of salty Liverpool fans were like, oh, we made Coutinho. No, you didn't. You didn't make anything. He worked hard. He came under some decent coaches here and there, played with some decent players, and over time, he made himself into a player.
And bro, you guys bought him for 13 million and sold him for 100 and something. Like, you guys should be happy.
Oh, I'm beyond. You know me. I'm beyond happy, man. I would have liked a little more, but I'm beyond happy. I'm good with that. But you know, more. Yeah, just a little more, a little bit. Dominic says no good having superstars if they don't work as a team. Like Klopp has his decent players playing. Yeah, I agree.
I actually think like a team with like just one superstar and a lot of great players work better than a team full of superstars.
Yeah. Can you do a reaction video to Richie Shiri's Salah song? But no, I can't. I'm not doing that. Sorry, brother. I'm not going to give this guy any more attention than he needs. He's a comedian. A lot of people don't know that. It was all a joke. It was not serious. It was a comedy routine. It was cute while it lasted. I was tired of seeing all that stuff on Twitter. Anyway, it's ridiculous. So no, I'm not doing. And I love you, Mike, but nah, I'm not doing that, man. I'm not doing that.
You guys got 10 days off. So much controversy.
Huh?
10 days off and so much controversy at the club.
And that's the thing. It's like when you get days off, it's always something. I mean, you got to fill it with something. Unfortunately, a lot of times it is controversy. But personally, as a football fan,
did you see Bellerin? Did you see how Bellerin this? Also
yeah, let's talk about that real quick, just briefly. So I didn't see the whole interview. It was at Oxford University, right, or something like that. He was speaking at some university, he basically, I think he mentioned, or somebody asked him about Arsenal Fan TV, and he basically, not verbatim, but was like, you know, you're not a real fan if you're being negative like that. towards the players. It doesn't help them. He said all he does is listen to the coaches anyway, so it doesn't bother him. But clearly it does to say something like that, in my opinion. It's probably gotten to him. But a guy like him, it's ready. He's very, 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 very active on social media. After games, posting pictures with his hair out and all of these different things, which is his business. That's fine. I don't, whatever. Like you can do whatever you want to do. At the same time, people like DT and all these guys are going to come out and come after you. So either you're going to be able to see that and just laugh it off, or it's going to bother you. So at the end of the day, he probably needs to focus on his career at Arsenal and doing the best of that. Not talking about what fans do and what they don't do. At the end of the day, what you do on the field is going to be critiqued by the coaches, probably by your family, your friends, and fans. And fans are a hallmark of these teams. Without the fans, there would be no football clubs. We all know that. So, again, I don't really think it was necessarily him taking shots. I think he was honest. And, again, somebody asked him a question. It wasn't like he just offered this shit up. He got asked the question, and he answered the best way he could. So, Mommy said Klopp is getting the best out of his players, and sometimes they look better than they are. I don't think most of them will perform the same if they. And that's what I keep playing with. That's what I keep saying. In my opinion, Klopp is punching way above his weight. This is my opinion. You know what I mean? We got a thin squad. To be honest, again, the nightmares you will have, and this is why I was upset that Klopp didn't take those guys off a little bit early in that game. It's wet out there. The conditions are crazy. If somebody slips the wrong way and twists, son, it's just too much to risk, man. And it's getting tight. It's getting tight. And I get it. We didn't go for anybody. I support that. At the same time, the reality is, if we lose any of those front three guys, I'm not saying it's over, but we will struggle from time to time. And depending on who it is, I think any of them. Firmino is the heart and soul of that forward line. I don't care. Salah's doing his thing, but Firmino is the heart and soul of everything that we do well in that part of the field, in my opinion. Losing Mane will hurt. So really losing anybody at this point, because the team is so thin. So, but yeah, I agree with Mane. I think Klopp is doing far better than maybe any other manager could do with this team, to be honest. Especially last season, really. This team this year is much better. Just with the inclusion of, Salah, Van Dijk. So, but yeah, we're definitely, I think, doing better than most people could do. 3 world-class coaches who are good at guiding players into great players: Klopp, Pep, and Pochettino. Yeah, I agree with that. At one point, I would say Mourinho, but he's lost that for me personally. Not lost it. I just think now he prefer to go after big names. Since he's been there, I think the only young player maybe I think was Bailly that he bought, and he might be mid-20s. But coming from humble beginnings at Porto and even in Italy, he definitely seemed to be more into the younger players. Dominic Walsh, France, I believe, is a great example of superstars without team spirit. Yeah, to a degree, they do have a lot of good players, and maybe sometimes the team spirit doesn't seem to be all the way there. Even in PSG, with Neymar there, you can see the team spirit is all fucked up, in my opinion. So yeah, I agree with that to an extent. East Boy says, "Do you think we can win the Champions League?" Of course, I think we can win every game. Will we do it? That's up to the boys, but I definitely think we can. Pogba is worth about 20 million right now. Can you go into the whole thing? Can you go to the whole thing going on, or have you done it already? And where can I find it? I'm not sure what you're talking about, Mike. What whole thing that's going on? If you're talking about Salah, we're done talking about Salah, man. So you can probably look that up on your own YouTube, Instagram. Yeah, any type of them social medias. Adam says if we get Madrid or Barca when it's 2 legs, then I think we've got a chance. Yeah, well, it is going to be 2 legs. I think we got a chance, even if it's a one-off knockout game, championship, the final, whatever. Maybe that's just me. Well, I know it's not just me, but I'm one of them fans who I don't go into games saying, "Oh, I'll take a draw" or "We're going to lose," and not because I'm deluded or I'm overly confident. Maybe I am overly confident, but it's because I believe in the team. I believe in Klopp. I believe in the team, and there's been so many games this season alone where our own fans counted us out. We came out on top, so there's no need to not be confident, I don't think. Mike said, I think we can beat Bayern 3-0. Adam, not worried about buying. List the clubs you support. List all the clubs you support. How many teams should we support? Oh, Pogba getting subbed off early. Yeah, I think GB has his opinions about Pogba getting subbed off early. He wasn't really doing enough in that game to me. That's my feeling of why he got subbed off. But I mean, I'm sure GB will share some of his. Adam said 100% always believe in my team too, brother. Yeah, that's what it's about. I mean, you got to. You got to. Why else support him? So, GB, we got a question for you. Well, I don't know if this is a question, but I think we talked about this. But you were in agreement with Mourinho taking Pogba off in that game, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know who y'all play next?
I don't even know who we play. I think we play Huddersfield next. And the FA Cup,
y'all play
the Caribbean, the FA Cup or Carabao Cup.
Oh, right. Okay. But I mean, like in the league, do you? Let me just check it because I'm curious to know. Because I know some big games when the Premier League starts back up. It's some pretty big games. I wanted to say I don't think it's City. Let me see.
No, we don't play City.
It's not City. Okay. I know there's some good matchups coming up. I just can't remember what they are.
We play Huddersfield next, but I don't know.
No, I mean in the league or in the cup.
I'm not too sure.
Okay. Let me try to find it. If anybody knows, let me know. Oh, do they play Chelsea next?
We do?
Is that right? Man United play Chelsea next?
Nice.
Somebody said Arsenal. So nobody really knows. Let me just double check. Just to be on the shore for sure. Mommy says Pogba's playing out of position. I don't think Greg agrees with that. Do you, Greg?
With what?
Mommy said Pogba is playing out of position.
Yo, even if he's playing out of position, like who else we got to play those positions? Those like I don't even know, man.
What defensive mid? So Mame, it's Chelsea. Okay, yeah, Chelsea. Y'all play Chelsea next.
Okay, that's a game we're gonna win.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't expect you to say anything different. Y'all should win. Oh, and Arsenal plays City, so that's the other game.
But Pogba, man, it's just like Jose Mourinho trying to see like where he like in his like people saying, okay, yeah, that's Pogba position, but maybe Jose Mourinho don't see that in his system that he's trying to play. He's trying to find the right thing for him. This is an experimental year, man. People think this is like this. You get what I'm saying? Like our expectations is big compared to other people. We didn't even finish top 4. And fans are crying to finish first this year. We in second, but we're not content. We want first. Like it's like automatically we're supposed to jump from like 6th to 1st, which is not cool. You know, Pogba is just gonna get some help, man. And I'm pretty sure we're gonna get Savic. Just like you sure you're gonna get Ndidi, I'm pretty sure we're gonna get Savic. And I think that's gonna, like, you know what I mean, give Pogba more freedom. He don't like to defend. So you need to have a holding center midfielder and then another person that's like basically a high engine that could defend. Keita would have been great for us. Pogba would have been excelling if he had somebody like Keita to be next to him. You know, not somebody like Ndidi, because we need somebody that could also go forward like at any point or given time. So Savic, even Siri is a box to box. Oh man, we would have been nasty next year.
Yeah, Siri is a good player, but also I think Siri and Savage. I mean, I would take any, or Savic, whatever his name is. I would take any of them guys, to be honest. That's why I said, man, it's gonna be so exciting to see this offseason, what's going on. I mean, what happens to these players and where they're going.
You ever thought about
Adam
that?
said, huh?
You ever thought about that, Manchester? You ever thought about that? Manchester United is in second place, and we still didn't we still didn't improve our defense from last year. We only brought Lindelof. And imagine we didn't improve defense and one midfielder that would be.
Again, I think I agree with what you're saying, because you always should be getting, backup, I guess. But I don't think Marino intended for Bailly to be hurt this long. So that's one thing. That's a hole that just hasn't been filled, which, yeah, you probably should have gotten somebody. I'm surprised he didn't get anybody in the January. That's just weird to me. But, again, Marino, for me, it seems like his way of looking at football has changed, because Marino, yes, he's still kind of defensive-minded, but he always had the right pieces in defense. Now it seems like he's more focused on attacking. You wouldn't
No,
get
give him
Sanchez.
respect. Give him
always,
respect.
always.
His defense always the strongest part of the team. Even though they crappy, you be like, oh, the Man United defense is crappy. If you check the stats, man, we in there. You know what I mean?
No,
we in there. Like he turned crappy defenders into class players.
I'm always telling other people to respect Mourinho. I don't disrespect him. I don't like a lot of his deflecting he does after games, or to me how disrespectful it was to say Newcastle were lucky to beat y'all. You know, shit like that I don't like. But as a manager, I rate him high. And so, but my point is, why go and get Alexis Sanchez? I mean, not why, because I get why you would get him. But then you don't show up your defense. That makes so you're going to go with Rojo, Phil Jones, Smalling, and Rojo, and whoever else you got until the end of the season, and you think that's enough. Now, again,
yeah.
Okay, so we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. That's what it comes down to. Just like we'll see with Liverpool. A lot of people doubting that because we gave our best player away and we have a terrible keeper and terrible defense and all that shit that we can't finish top 4. So we'll see. My point is, I just feel like Mourinho wasn't as – I don't think he put –
What position you guys finished last year?
4.
What are you guys fighting for now?
Top 4.
Okay.
Second.
All right, you see? Mourinho didn't even basically improve this team so much. He's fighting for second. And people are saying that, you know what I mean, he killed players' career. It's not he killed players' career. Follow the rules and we're going to win championships. And Pogba, he come from a winning team, but he had like, okay, this is the problem. Pogba came from Juventus with a bunch of leaders, Bonucci, Chiellini, Buffon, Pirlo. Tell me who at United is a natural born leader.
Real quick, I can't let you go off the hook with that comment. You just said you didn't improve United from last year. You got Lukaku, Alexis Sanchez. That alone should be enough improvement. So, I mean, what do you mean they didn't improve? That's an improvement. Those are two arguably world-class players. So you can't say that.
No, Lukaku not world-class.
Man United spent a lot of – okay, well, to Mourinho, he was at least good enough to come in.
Overpriced.
Has he improved the team?
Yes. I'm not going to take that away from him.
Okay. All right. Okay. So he's improved the team. And Alexis Sanchez – I mean, I know Alexis Sanchez is still fresh. But look at like this. I'm going to put it like this. From where you are last year, clearly this season is an improvement simply because you're second right now, right?
Not just that, we're in the Champions League. We in
the Cup. Right, fine. Yeah, right. You got that, and you got that through Europa, so that was a big, that was big for y'all to get that and get in because I guess if you didn't, you would have finished. What was it, 5th or 6th? I can't remember.
6th.
Okay. No, so that Europa League, that's why that was so devastating when we lost it that year. But yeah, I mean, and this is the other thing about Mourinho. He's complaining about money, not enough money. I mean, come on, man. He spent at least since he's been back in the Premier League. I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong. Somebody let me know if I'm wrong. I think United have spent the most money. So either you're spending it in the wrong places. You can't get the exact place. I think he wanted what's his name?
They're panic buys.
Yeah, but why is that? Why is he getting panic buys? I don't get
because
it's Mourinho. Shouldn't he be able to get who he wants?
No. You see, no, it's not that. This goes back to the same thing we was talking about earlier about teams that could get superstars and teams that can't get superstars. Man United is a team that needs superstars at the club. Their global profile, not saying Liverpool is not a global powerhouse as far as like marketing. United need that. Didn't you see soon as Sanchez came in, they sell a whole bunch of jerseys. That was in the top 2, if not number 1 who's selling jerseys. They need that. They need superstars at that club. Like Barcelona need a superstar. You see when Neymar gone, they went and got Dembele. He's injured, they went and got Coutinho. They need a global marquee superstar. That was just it. They had to get Sanchez.
Okay, I gotta ask you a question.
That dabbing season is over, man. They needed something
else.
It
ain't. No, it ain't. He gonna do that forever.
He can't come with he could come with another dance, but that dabbing thing is played out. I'm saying like every dance goes out of style. It went out of style.
Yeah, that's true. Adam says United's creativity stinks right now. Defense is okay. Mame, we gotta agree that last year Man United underperformed. They should have been top four. Mike says stats are stats. A table is a table. You can score the most, but still be 10th place. Just because you have one of the best defenses going by the stats, but in real life, your defense not much better. I guess is what you're trying to say.
Okay, if it's not
Not as
much
good.
better, we in second. So that's not a like. I understand your point, but it's not really valid to me because we're still in second. So in real life, it can't be that bad.
Mike says, "Do you think you'll ever do like a preview and prediction for the Premier League games each week?" I'd be down to do that. What about you, Greg?
Yeah, we could work on that.
Yeah, we could probably do that. No, this is the thing. To be a Liverpool channel, of course, I'm all about Liverpool, but also enjoy football. So I had thought from time to time that I want to even introduce anything else or talk about other teams, but I'm not gonna develop another channel. So I might as well talk about it here. So I wouldn't be opposed to that. So yeah, maybe when the week starts back up, we'll do like a preview. Um, of all the games, and then we always come afterwards usually anyway. So, Mike says half four over here in the morning, and I got school tomorrow, but still want to watch this. To be thanks, bro. I appreciate that, Mike. But man, get your rest, man. If you gotta, do what you gotta do. We'll be back again. This ain't the last you're gonna see us. So we're down to
Just
5
let it
viewers. I
play,
see.
Mike. Just let it play. Close your eyes.
Yeah, you could do that too. Just turn the volume down a little, put your headphones on, and you good. But we're gonna probably wrap it up here soon anyway. Adam says big respect, Michael. Yeah, no doubt. To all of you guys, man, for real. Most of y'all are day ones. You guys are in here all the time, the same people, and I appreciate it, man. We both appreciate it. So to wrap up, I just want to say good luck with everybody finding some football to watch, especially if you're a Liverpool fan. Because I guess you can watch other leagues. I don't know if any good games coming up anytime soon. I think the Bundesliga kicks back off again soon. There's other games you could watch, but as a Liverpool fan, it's just like, damn, you got to wait till the 24th, I think it is. But we do have the Champions League coming back, and we get to see Greg's team play against Sevilla, see how they do. We'll get to see Roma. We'll get to see Chelsea, Barcelona. So some good games coming up this week, man.
Chelsea is gonna beat Barcelona.
I've been waiting for somebody to say that. I don't know how anybody can see that, but okay. I mean, they're not going to beat nobody with no damn Giroud as a striker. That's just not going to happen.
Yo, stop disrespecting Giroud, man. He came clutch for a lot of times at Arsenal, man.
Listen. He came clutch in the Premier League. This is the Champions League. Again, you're right. Maybe he will.
Do it too.
I just don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. I think if Conte can be big in the midfield and they can kind of control that, and they might have a chance. But I don't know, man. I just don't see I don't see it happen. Cahill's declining. I think Christensen is doing really good.
Rudiger should be starting week in and week out.
Rudiger's good. Rudiger's good too. Yeah, he's good. He's good.
He's a star. He's a star.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Rudiger's a star now. Okay.
Good feet work, long range passing. He got a goal in him, aggressive. He punked the shit out of the strikers. Like, he's versatile. He carried the ball up for Chelsea. He benching Luis.
Come on, that's a personal thing between him and Conte. You know that. That's a personal thing. That ain't because he's better. In my opinion, it's more of a personal thing and I don't really rate David Luiz that much anyway, but I don't think it's because necessarily that he's better. I just think that it's a lot of things going into that. I think David Luiz will probably be gone in the summer. To who? I don't know. Y'all might get him. That would be amazing.
He just need to cut his hair and get a whole new career going.
All right, Mike. Have a good one, bro. See you soon. Mame says, no way. Barker will punish them. Giroud sucks. And Adam said Giroud got one tonight. Yeah, listen. I was going to say, well, who was it against? But it doesn't matter. You get a goal, you get a goal. But come on. Barcelona is just, it's levels. I mean, and again, Giroud has come up big for Arsenal a lot, to be honest. And I agree with that. But Chelsea to me right now, again, in the Premier League are hazard or bust, and even sometimes he goes
You still
missing.
rate Conte?
So yeah, but I'm saying I'm talking about getting goals. I love Conte. To me is their best player. A lot of people say Hazard. Conte for me is their best player, the
In
most
front of
consistent.
Willian?
I like Willian too, but he ain't playing that much. You see, he be on the bench. He don't play that much. I'm talking about guys who start week in week. What they doing to Willian right now is disgraceful. I don't know how he don't see the pitch more. I don't get that. I really don't. I would take him in a heartbeat. I mean, Willian is to me very, very underrated personally, and you know what I mean. Hopefully, his lack of play at Chelsea doesn't keep him out the Brazilian team.
He needs to come to Manchester United. That's a Jose Mourinho sign.
I'm surprised he didn't do that. He went and got Matic. I'm surprised he didn't get Willian. I don't know if William
going to give us two.
Now I know it. Well, I know allegedly he was beefing with a few players in Chelsea. I think Hazard was one of them. I don't know about Diego Costa, but I know Matic and him was cool, and I wonder if he had a good relationship with William or not. I don't know, but they're not playing him, so I can't even put him on the list. But yeah, Conte's still good, but to me, it's Hazard or bust. You know, if he gets hurt, they can forget about it. You know, so they better hope that they wrap him in cotton wool and he'll be all right.
Your last question.
Cotton wool. Yeah.
You rate Courtois?
I like Courtois. I think there's a period of time, mainly actually when he's at Atletico Madrid and then that first season at Chelsea, where at that time he was like one of the best keepers in the world. He was doing okay with Belgium. Belgium as a team just never.
Effect.
Yeah. No, for sure. But I mean, he was good at Atletico, but because he was there when Diego was there, I believe, and then Felipe Luis. But I still rate him. I just don't know if I rate him as high as I did. To me, the top, I'd say top 3 to 4 goalkeepers in the Premier League right now are De Gea number 1. That's easy. We know that. I think Hugo Lloris is in there. I think this the young City keeper. I know it's his first season, but he's showing me a lot this season.
He's top 2 in the Premier League.
Yeah, and then you start putting in guys like Thibaut Courtois. I'm trying to think who else. You know who else I think is a good keeper? People will laugh, but because the team is so bad. But Fabianski, to me, is a decent keeper. I know his team ain't doing that well, but if you look at the stats as far as his stops and saves, to the amount of chances that people shoot on him, he does pretty well. But that, for me, it's De Gea, Lloris, and it's Ederson, and then I would say Courtois. Courtois is still good. I just don't rate him as high as I did. Yeah, mommy says Courtois declined. Yeah, he has a bit. Carl said Conte is freaking phenomenal. He's literally all over the pitch. Imagine him at Liverpool. Bobby. But that's the thing. We're getting a guy who I think is even better in Keita. I watched some of the highlights again. Not again. I watched some of the highlights. I know you told me they were playing Napoli. I watched some of them highlights. This guy, Naby Keita, is just like Conte in the sense that he's literally all over he's literally box to box all game, defending, holding down the midfield, scoring goals, link play. I mean, some of the passes he gets to guys in the smallest spaces. This guy's he's just relentless, man. I cannot wait to get him. So I don't need to imagine if Conte was there. We're getting Keita. In my opinion, he's better. If for no other fact, it's because he adds goal to his game too. So to me, we're getting a better version than Keita. Conte. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Adam said, I like Fabianski. Yeah, he's not world class or anything, but he's pretty consistent year in and year out. And again, the team is so bad and they can see some goals, but the team is so bad that he really kind of goes under the radar, in my opinion. But we could definitely use some more keepers in the Premier League. I'm probably sure I left somebody out who's having a decent season, but I can't think of who that is right now. I said Hugo. Yeah, that's probably it. You know, most of the keepers in the top 4 or 5, not including Liverpool, of course, but all the other teams have pretty good keepers. Tottenham, City, United. I guess Todd Heaton is pretty decent as well, I've noticed. A couple years ago, I would have said Jack Butland, but he's kind of declined for me. I don't know if that's injury or what. But yeah, as far as I like Vorm, the backup keeper for Tottenham. I'm surprised he's been there that long. To me, he's a good keeper. And if he wants some game time, he's gonna have to leave Spurs because all he's doing right there is collecting dust on that bench. But I remember that game we played against them last season, and it was like a foot race twice between him and Mane. We all know how fast Mane was, and he beat him to the ball both times, with ease, sweep or keep style. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and all it is that just as far as his skills as a keeper, he's really, really good and underrated. So we'll see though, we'll see. But Carl said I agree with you on Keita. Yeah, thanks, man. Good shot on Vorm. Yeah, Vorm is a good keeper, man, and Liverpool fans should know all about that dude. But anyway, we've gone to the extent here. I don't know how long it's been, but it's probably been long enough. So we can come back whenever we see fit, I guess. Thanks again for all you people who were here. Again, please, if you haven't already, check out GBCTV. I don't know where y'all been. You've been hiding under a rock. Wake up, go check it out, learn you something, get you a different perspective on football in general. You ain't gotta be a Man United fan. Just go follow the channel. Go interact. He responds. Interact in the comment section. Good, bad, or whatever. You know, just state your opinion. Go give him some support.
My channel is not a fan channel. You know, my channel is not a Manchester United channel. I like Manchester United, but that's not my channel.
Good point. Good point. Yeah, it's not a strictly, it's not a full-time devil type of thing.
Yeah.
You know, he's just talking about football.
My shit is all over the place.
Oh, we got a question, man. Adam said, "What's your prediction for Chelsea versus Man United?"
2-1 Man United. That's Sanchez coming out party.
Right now, say the score again.
2-1 Manchester United. 3-1 Manchester United.
Okay.
Sanchez coming out party. Pogba back on form. Lindelof have a beast game. Bailey's back. But I think he's going to partner up Bailey with Rojo, which I think is a great partnership because we need to bully Giroud or whoever they're going to put off top.
Yeah, that's a good score prediction. I can see that. Mame says, I always watch GBC. Yeah, I ain't talking about you, Mame. I know you already know about him. I'm talking about the guys who don't know. But thank you, Mame, because that's somebody will see that and may follow suit. So that's what's up. Adam already said he went to your channel to check it out. He'll probably subscribe. That's cool. He says, good night. Enjoy your night. He said 1-1. Sanchez, late equalizer, he said. Maybe. Yeah, listen, that might be a better game than people think. Again, you never know with the Premier League, man. This league is just... This league is something else sometimes, man. You just never know, man. I mean, a lot of the results this season, good, bad, or whatever, a lot of times you just didn't see the shit coming. You know, you just didn't see it coming. So you never know. I think Chelsea is definitely declining right now in the Premier League. Who knows what they're going to do in the Champions League? But there's so many broke down situations at Chelsea with the manager, the players, the beefing, the fans. It's just not a good scene. So that's better for us. Teams that are in the top four. Believe it or not, that's good for us. One less team to worry about is amazing. You know, so like I said, I think Tottenham will leapfrog them, and Chelsea will have to work again next season to defend it or to get another title. But anyway, any last thoughts, G?
Nah, dog. Good live. Thank you for the support.
Yeah, of course, all the time. Thanks for coming on. I'll see you guys soon. Greg, I'll talk to you soon, man.
All right, my boy.
All right, bro.